Hi, and welcome back to Baking Fantasy,
where we bake our way to ultimate nerdiness.
We have a fun Game of Thrones themed Halloween party for today.
Yep, it's almost Halloween, and you know what that means.
Winter is coming, so we're lucky for you, we have a nice warm drink to warm up our guests.
Yep, as Daenerys knows, spending the night in flames is a really good way to warm up. Today, we will be honoring one of the most epic scenes from Game of Thrones, the Battle of Blackwater, with our Smoldering Blackwater punch.
Just don't light anyone on fire.
For our cookies today, we'll be honoring another one of our favorite scenes from Game of Thrones.
That's right. We all know that when Viserys Targaryen got his crown of gold, it was both satisfying
and it endeared Drogo to us for life.
May he rest in peace.
So today we will be making our own little shortbread men with their own golden crowns. But instead of real gold, we'll be using golden melting candies.
Because we're not millionaires.
No. And melting candies is way better than real gold anyway. So enjoy episode 2 of Baking Fantasy, and we hope it helps you have the best Halloween ever.
And keep warm. Winter is coming.
So we are going to start our Smoldering Blackwater punch. We're going pretty simple with it. We are just going to use Kool-Aid.
From our magic cauldron.
From our magic cauldron.
Oh.
We mixed blue, purple, and green because we're sort of hoping that it'll make like a nice deep color close to black. We'll see. I don't know. We chose flavors that go together pretty well. So
it's all sugar. It all sort of goes. So
we have 3.5 packets here. We're going to add that first. We're going to make it in the pitcher. So bloop, in it goes. And then we have a little bit over a cup of sugar. A lot of sugar.
Yes. Okay. And then we have a little bit over 2 cups of water. That's a nice, pretty deep color.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to stir it up. We're going to add another quart of water.
I could imagine it on fire.
Me too. Now, we're not adding the exact 2 quarts of water right now because we are going to add some fizzy pop.
Fizzy pop!
Fizzy pop!
How much
to give it some bubbles? So I thought
2 cups?
2 cups. Alright. So obviously you'd want to make this just a little bit before your guests arrive so your punch stays nice and fizzy. Look at that color, it's perfect.
Awesome.
Alright. We are going to add this into a clear bowl. Now we have some vodka, but we thought, just in case you're going to have some underage guests, everybody would want some. So maybe you could add the vodka separately into drinks or make 2 different punch bowls. Whatever you prefer.
That's nice and dark.
Oh yeah, that looks like Blackwater. Now we're going to add some dry ice to make it smolder. Remember, do not touch dry ice with your bare hands.
Tongs are always a must. Look at it go. Wait, light it and put it back in? Yeah, let's try it. This is like a science experiment here.
We're gonna
How flammable is dry ice?
Everybody just back off.
Oh, it's not flammable.
You can't light stuff and put dry ice.
It kills the flame. Oh, and that is just scary.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, solid.
It's sour, so if you want, you could add more sugar, but I kind of like it. And it's bubbly.
It's really good, yeah.
Winter is coming. Now, on to part 2. We're making golden crown shortbread men.
Yes.
Alright, so what is our first step here, Lixie Chopsticksy?
Well, first we want to add a cup of butter, 2 sticks. They've all passed the test. of being let out for an hour at room temperature. Okay, so you want to add these into here. And I will give Ronnie the 2 forks to mush up the butter, as she so wisely said last episode.
Yep. So if you don't have a KitchenAid, we thought we'd do this episode without one, just for you. So the very first thing I'm doing is smishing.
Smush, smush, smush.
Smush, smush.
Once you have that all nice and smushed up, squished, want to add the sugar.
I'm gonna smash.
More.
All right.
So next we're going to add 3/4 cup of powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar. Yoop. I'm gonna do my special smashing skills.
How are your hands feeling now? Pretty
Like
good?
ninja hands.
Pretty awesome, right?
See, we're not just bakers, we're ninjas. You can actually, instead of baking fantasy, you can just call this the ninja school of baking. We are smashed in there.
We are going to add 2 cups of flour.
This is where the smashing gets hard.
Smush, smush.
That's why you have to go to the gym.
Get buff. And now we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla.
How we do with our hands. Okay, I'm smushing these up with my hands.
And shortbread cookies are a little drier, so you're not going to have like the typical dough. It's going to be super flaky. So don't worry if it turns out like that.
Flaky like my first boyfriend.
Ooh. Sounds like a tragic story to tell.
Not tragic.
Flaky. No.
You look so innocent there. Like you have no idea what's coming. You want your golden crown? I'll give you your golden crown.
Okay.
If you're not super fancy and you don't have one of these baking mats, make sure to spray your baking pan, okay? Pop them in for about 10 minutes. Now remember, you always want to do it, set your timer for like 9 minutes if the instructions say 10. Just because depending on your altitude
And your oven or something.
If something's off, you don't want to overcook. It's better to check when it's undercooked. Okay, I put the timer on for 9 minutes. And now we're just going to make out while we wait.
You know. This is hot. Oh, that's so cool.
A little
Viserys.
Our little Viserys already. He thinks he's getting the golden crown he wants, but he's confused. Ah, Kitty-san, he's so confused. Alright, so our cookies are very close to cooling. I would give them 20 or 30 minutes or they're not going to stay together when you're trying to handle them. So we got some of these candy melts. We got the yellow vanilla kind so that it would look like a golden crown, yes. So they're microwavable. You can use a double boiler if you want. But
Yeah, but it's nice if they're microwavable in case you don't have one.
Yep, and so we are going to start microwaving them. I would do it a minute at a time, stir, and another minute. We did a whole bag inside of a microwavable dish. Careful not to burn your fingers. We're actually using one with the handle. I'm going to give it a nice little stir. You can see.
That was pretty quick.
Smooth and pretty.
Checker is 30 seconds on the next one.
Yep.
Definitely done.
Yes, beautiful.
We can edit this out.
So as you can see, I laid down some wax paper so that we don't have to worry at all about getting chocolate or candy everywhere. So I'm going to use our tongs. We are warming up our ladle so that it doesn't harden the candy on there.
Oh, it stopped.
You'll have your golden crown.
Is it on his friend?
No.
He's dead.
Dead. He also wants a golden crown. Drogo's really mad at him too.
Emmett.
Okay, it looks a little messy,
Which it is.
but it'll be a fun little thing to do at your party. So I would wait for the crown of gold part until everybody's there and can crown of gold their own little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so thank you for joining us for this episode of Baking Fantasy, where we bake our way to ultimate nerdiness.
As we now have to eat one of our Viseruses.